Hey guys, KP Layouts here, bringing you another Halo Wars video. Today I got two games against Velocity and Quantum, and they are going to be Andrew's Brute Mirrors on Repository and on Crevice. And these are pretty interesting games. The Crevice games is definitely a really good game, and I saved it for last so that it would end off on a really badass game. And these are some fun games. Usually Andrew's Brute Mirrors, or just Brute Mirrors in general, are just a big cheese. And so it's not always very interesting, but these games are definitely pretty good. And right off the bat, I'm going to send my chopper to go pick up the Brute's money on their way over to my base. And I'm going to go Temple first and pick up the money nearest to my base on the way over to Quantum Space. So right now, I'm already have a pretty good lead, because I'm going to pick up one set with my Chieftain, and I'm picking up a set with my chopper at the same time. And their Chieftain's not going to be able to pick up as much money as I am right here. And I'm checking to see if this money is being picked up by the chopper, because I saw the chopper go over there before then. And his chopper decides to go pick up the money at the second spot where my Chieftain walks. So that was a good idea. And then right here, I'm going to go see this money and ram Velocity's Warthog. So I pick up this money, and then my Chieftain's going to fight for this money right here. And it looks like I'm a little bit ahead of their Chieftain. I think I picked up more money than them, and I am heading over to their base a little bit faster. So far I got a little bit of a lead, which is really important in Brute Mirrors. Now looking back and looking at this game again, one thing I would have done differently is instead of buying my third supply pad, I would have queued up another Brute. Because the moment you get 3 Brutes is when you want to unlock. You don't want to unlock before then. Because if you unlock too early, their chopper and Warthogs are going to ram your Brute squads. So 3 is pretty much the perfect number to unlock with, and then that way they can't really spawn block you very good, and you're able to fight their hogs and their chopper before they have gunner. So the sooner you get 3 Brutes, the better you are off. So I should have just gone 3 Brutes and then buy my third supply pad. But either way, this game's going to turn out okay. And we both get our third supply pad up. He already has mine about half health. I've barely done anything to his. So far, they're doing okay on damage, and I'm now going to put my 3 Brutes in, and Hutzy already has Gunner. So Hutzy's going to start defending them, and it gives us a huge lead on defense. And I have my chopper here ready to ram. As you can see, Velocity does not have Gunner yet, so he doesn't really want to engage me. I already killed their chopper, so I'm already doing pretty good damage on offense. So right here, they poured in all their Brutes. And Velocity now is Gunner. He has 3 Gunner Hogs. And Hutzy's defending my base right now, while Velocity's trying to defend Quantum Space. I'm getting some pretty good Vortex off, hurting some of their Hogs. I think I just made about 3 black bars or so. And Hutzy's definitely doing a little bit better. He has all healthy Hogs right now, and he's defending the Brute Rush pretty well. And micring around. Velocity, since he has a bunch of weak Hogs, he can't really engage me right now. And this is a new healthy hog, and I'm going to get some Vortex off of it. And now I'm going to go back to dropping this pad. And Quantum's about to be put down to 2 supply pads, while I'm on a good solid 3. And Velocity just lost another hog, and I now have 5 Brutes on offense. And Quantum doesn't have any Brutes on offense. So we got a pretty solid lead. At this point, the game's probably over, because they can't really get me off at this point. Just now, Quantum destroyed his temple, so that way you'd have enough money to Vortex all of Hutzy's hogs. So it's going to help him be able to kill our hogs, but it doesn't really matter, because I'm so far ahead of Quantum at this point that there really isn't much that they can do. I'm just spamming Brute squads, and I'm killing a lot of Velocity's Warthogs. Right here, he just lost another one. And I have 4 Brutes. 2 of them are healthy, and now I have my 5th Brute in. You know, I have some weak ones, but they're still doing a really good job. And Velocity's just going to continue to defend me the best he can. Quantum's about to be on no supply pads. And I'm on 3, and I have a temple. And they just have so many weak hogs. I can just poke them and kill them real easy. So he's going to lose this hog, and then he's going to lose this hog. And then all of a sudden I see a flamer. So Velocity knew that he was going to have a hard time defending my Brute Rush this game, so we went Flamethrowers to try and help Quantum, since Quantum was so far behind me. But obviously he's just not going to win them the game. There's nothing they can do. So pretty much this game's over. Hutzy really killed it on defense with his hogs, and Velocity really wasn't able to do as much as Hutzy did this game. So Quantum at this point's out of the game, and Velocity goes ahead and resigns with Quantum. So this is game 2, Crevice. Now this one's definitely a much more difficult match. Like this game's definitely going to be a really, really good one. The best way I can compare it is, it's like my last video I just put up on Beasley's. It's one of those games that we probably should not have won, but we came back and won. So sorry for the spoiler alert if you think I'm going to lose and then we win. We do win this game, but it's definitely a really, really good match to watch. So I'm going Temple first, and I'm going to walk straight over to Quantum. I'm right across from his Brute. And just going to try and pick up as much money as I can this game. And I'm going to see if there's any money I can pick up with my Chieftain. And just try and get to his base and have more Brute squads. I mean, that's just the goal. Have more money, have more Brute squads, and have money for Vortex and all that stuff. So right here we're going to fight over this money. We're each going to get a little bit, like half of it. And I pick up enough of it to get my second Brute, so that was good. And I'm going to have my Chopper on defense this game. Basically, it's the way I like to play it. I don't like spawn blocking on offense. And Quantum and I, once again, we're going to stack 3 Brutes and then unlock. It's just the safest way to play it, so that you don't lose your Brute squads. So right now I'm just saving up for another Brute squad, I think. I think this game I went 3 Brute squads instead of 3rd supply pad, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this game I played it how I would have on the repo game last game, like how I should have. To me, it's just completely worth it. Delay the pad. As you can see, Quantum's doing the exact same thing. He knows that it's better to just go for the 3rd Brute. Because, one, you get to each other's base so fast that you're basically able to stop the supply pad with just your Chieftain. So it's not even worth it to buy it to just get it killed. And then, worst case, they would spend like 30 bucks on Vortex. And you can finish off the pad. So now I'm putting in my 3 Brutes, and his Chopper's over here waiting for me. And one thing that's going to give us an edge this game is his Chopper fell off the map. Like, I can't really help that. So, you know, some people might just say they lost the game because of that or something like that, because they couldn't defend as good. I really can't help that. It came and rammed me, fell off the cliff. I can't really help that. Right here I'm going to get a ram off with my Chopper. And Velocity doesn't have Gunner yet. And he's just going to try and slow down my Brute Rush. I'm about to put Quantum on 2 supply pads, so that's going to help to where he can't vortex as much. And Quantum is doing pretty good on offense. He's fighting Hutzy's hogs, and Velocity's playing good defense right now. He's trying his best to just micro around and not get vortex. Right here he dodged my vortex pretty good. And it's not that I'm trying to main right now, but I feel like the moment I start trying to move, he's gonna come over. And Quantum just destroyed his temple. Like, I don't know why. I guess he did it just like he did last game to Vortex Hogs. I guess it's just something he does. I don't really like doing that. I don't really think I'd ever do that. Either that or he's getting Citadel, I guess. So yeah, I guess he got Citadel. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think I was going to kill it anyway. Well, I mean, if I was about to kill it, I think all Quantum had to do is just have Velocity come over and ram my Brute squads. Right now, I'm sitting on a good number of Brute squads. I might still kill the base if Velocity doesn't start defending me. And Velocity's just kind of like poking me and running away with his hogs. He's not really going that hard on me. So I'm now thinking I might actually kill the base because on how Velocity's playing it. Like he's really he's not really defending me too good. Like, he's keeping his hogs alive and all that, but he's not actually getting rid of the problem. And then Velocity decides to debomb me. Now at this point, he gets rid of the problem. I can't Vortex, I can't fight him that well. I'm gonna kill a couple of hogs, but Velocity just saved Quantum's base. So there's no way I can kill the base at this point. The Velocity did a really good job here, because now I'm completely pushed off. And I'm pretty sure at this point Velocity already has Gauss, either that or he's about to. Yeah, he already has Gauss, and we don't have Gauss yet. We're behind on Gauss, and I can't really afford to Vortex these Gauss hogs because I only have 3 supply pads. Like, I just got my 3rd supply pad, and it looks like he's gonna kill my chieftain. And now Quantum's going for a haul, which is really bad for us. So my chieftain's dead. They have Gauss, I don't. And their chieftain's still on my base. So at this point in the game, we're really not looking very good. Especially since Quantum's starting to Vortex my pads down. So I'm pretty worried at this point and thinking that we might lose, because they already have Gauss, and their chieftain just got their haul up. He's still rushing my base. He has money to Vortex. They have a lot of hogs. So this game's really not looking that good for me. So my base really isn't looking that good right now, and Hutzy did get a 3rd base, and he is going to get Gauss, but it's going to be a little bit later than Velocity. So to me, Velocity has a pretty good lead, and Quantum now has a really big lead over me because of he's still on my base, and I've been dead for like a long time. So right now, I'm going to send my Brute Squad over to the reactor to try and take it, because I mean, there really isn't much I can do at this point. And Hutzy's gonna try and kill their chieftain, but the problem is they're helping Velocity get a hog lead. And I do get in the hook, but now I see a bunch of Gauss hogs are coming over, so it's just really not looking good. I just lost another supply pad, and Hutzy's losing hogs. So they're now getting a hog lead. Like, if you see over there, they have a lot of hogs. So I'm pretty worried that this is just straight up over. Like, we just lost the game. They have a ton of hogs. They have hog lead. I don't know, like, there's just nothing I can do. I don't even have Citadel. So, to me, this game's just straight up over. It's gonna take some sort of miracle to win this game. But Velocity's getting nervous at this point when he sees all of Hutzy's hogs, and it seems like he's gonna run away. But he's just trying to engage Hutzy in a better position. So he's going in and out and not being too aggressive. He's trying to be really smart with his hogs. And I don't really know what I'm thinking at this point in the game. I'm thinking it's over, but I'm just building Brute Squads and trying to get an upgraded Vortex. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm just going to try and do something. I mean, in my mind at this point, the game's already over, we lost, and I'm just doing something. Like, I don't even know what to do, but I'm doing something. Like, through my mind, I'm just thinking we lost, and I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm just like, I'm just gonna build Brute Squads. I can't do anything else. I have no upgraded pads. I can't go Banshees. I mean, I can't do nothing. So I'm just gonna come up here and maybe put Brutes in this hook and see if they have it. And I don't know, games like these where I do stuff like this is where I do something crazy. And in this game, I end up being able to do something in the long run, but it starts out really small. In the long run, it really pays off. So right here, I do get Brutes in the hook, and I stop a pad in the back, and I start mating the base. So I'm doing something. Hutzy's fighting their hogs. And I'm not really sure what Quantum's doing at this point, but I know he has 3rd tech. So Quantum has 3rd tech. He has all the reactors. And Quantum's like pretty much untouched, can do whatever he wants this game. He doesn't even need a temple. So Quantum's really well off this game. I don't even know what I'm thinking buying this base. I just have money, so I just decided to buy it. Like, I'm just saying, I have nothing going through my mind during this game. I'm just doing stuff. Like, I'm just on autopilot. And I'm just trying to get away with anything that I can. And it looks like I'm actually going to kill a base. So at this point in the game, I'm actually doing something. And right here in the middle, Adam, like Hutzy, he tried clearing that reactor that Quantum was in. And he got it to black bar, and then he didn't finish it. And that's going to hurt us in the long run because of what Quantum's going to do. Because Quantum's using those reactors, and if we were able to kill him out of it, it would have really helped. Right here I'm going to get Citadel at pretty much the perfect timing because he's coming here to kill my base. And the moment he starts maining, I get Citadel, so my base isn't going to die, so that's really good. And at this point in the game, I have 6 Brute Squads, and I've upgraded Vortex. So I'm actually going to be able to kill this base right here. And after I kill this base, we're actually not looking too bad. Because if you think about it, Hutzy's fighting their hogs and stuff like that. Like, they're busy fighting each other. But Hutzy's on a triple base, and Velocity is going to be on only 1 base. So we're really not looking that terrible right now. So my little Brute Rush is actually picking up and doing something. And Hutzy's doing his best to fight Velocity. It's not going too well, but it's not going too bad either, I guess. Honestly, I'm not even really sure. I think Hutzy might be losing pretty bad in the hog fight. But on the bright side, he's triple pumping hogs, while Velocity's only single pumping. So overall, we're not looking too bad since I killed a couple bases. And I can't build Brute Squads anymore. I don't have a temple. So what I'm going to do now is just go for a haul. I figure my rush is already doing pretty good. I might as well just completely just commit to it. So my haul's coming up, and I have 6 Brutes on Velocity's base. I'm actually doing damage. And Hutzy's just fighting Velocity's hogs, trying to defend his bases. And at this point, we're seeing that they have Banshees. So Quantum's going for Tech 2 Banshees, and he's gonna go for Sacrifice this game. So in the long run, Sacrifice is gonna be, really hard to deal with. So right now, I'm just doing anything I can. Hutzy's trying to defend from the Banshees, and it looks like I'm gonna actually drop this base too if he doesn't come back, because I'm starting to get grunts through, and I just killed 3 pads on his base. So I'm actually doing pretty good offense. Their Banshees are now going to start attacking my base, which is a really good idea. Because right here, they're going to stop my haul, and they're keeping me from doing anything. And Velocity's coming back to defend me at this point, because he knows that his base is going to die if he doesn't get me off him. And I'm just really hoping that I can finish off this base. And since there's a chance they're going to stop me, I'm going all out. I'm going to Vortex the base. And then Velocity D-bombs. So if I don't kill this base, it's not going to be that good for us, but at least they drop the D-bomb. And it's really getting down to the wire if you see these hogs, how they're shooting. And I killed the base. Like, I'm really, really happy about that. I actually killed the base. So I killed the base, and now their Banshees are attacking Hutzy's main. And it looks like Hutzy's going to stop Velocity's Expo that's near my base. And if he kills that, then Velocity doesn't have a base anymore. And they're going to kill my Expo, which is okay. I mean, I just took it because at the time it looked like I could get away with it, and I thought my main was going to die. But Hutzy does kill Velocity's other base. So at this point in the game, Velocity doesn't have a base. So we're actually looking really good. But the problem is Velocity has a lot of Goss Hogs. Like, he probably has more Goss Hogs than Hutzy. So I'm not really sure what to do at this point. Their Banshees keep coming to my base. And they're just flying around, being able to stop whatever they can. I would like to go Vampires in this situation, but it's going to be a long time till I can get any Vampires. And it's easy for Sacrifice Banshees to just come over and rape my base. But I do kill Quantum out of their reactor, and I am going to take it. But all they have to do is just kill it with their Banshees, and then it's just going to die again. And as my summit was going to get finished, their Gosshogs pushed on my base. So, as I'm saying, like, we're not in that great of a position yet, because they do have Sacrifice Banshees, and they're really, really strong. and they're able to just keep pushing on me as much as they want with their hogs, and they're able to keep me down this entire game. But lucky enough for me, my temple did not die, so that's really good. And Hutzy's trying to defend me the best he can. And my goal is just try and get some vamps up. And I'm just going to go around picking up all the reactors if I can. I do have one in the middle, and my chieftain's now out. So I'm just trying to wait for my summit to finish. But the problem is, all they have to do is send their banshees over and one-shot it, and then it's gone. And summits take so long to build, so it's just really not good for me. I'm not really able to do anything about it. And Hutzy went up to go do a push, and he does have hogs on defense to stop the banshees. And they do kill my temple and my summit, so now they're not really worried about me getting vampires up. So I just start spamming brute squads, because I really can't do anything else. And I figure with brute squads I could put them in the hook near the base, and there's just things I could do. But it just depends on if I can get the shield up or not. Because if I do get the shield up, then I could still get vampires out. But it all depends on if Hutzy keeps them busy or not. Right now, their banshees did pull back for a second, and their banshees come to my base right now, and my shield actually gets up in time. So that's really good. And now all I have to do is try and take a hook. Once I take another hook, then I can get Tech 2 and start going vamps. So at this point in the game, I got 4 brute squads, and I do have upgraded vortex, so I am able to fight their hogs pretty decently. So I'm gonna come up here and try and put brute squads on this hook and try and shut them down. And they do take the base, so I'm gonna start putting in these brutes. I have 5 brute squads, and I'm gonna put 1 brute squad in this hook and then 1 in the other, and shut down this expo. And they do have tons of banshees, so I'm gonna start vortexing them, just because I can't do anything. I literally can't do anything, because I don't have a temple or any tech. So I'm just trying to vortex and just do whatever I can in this game. We do stop Velocity's expo, so that's really good for us. It's just, Quantum is so powerful this game because he's completely untouched. He has tons of Tech 3 Banshees, and they're just so good. And, you know, we do have Goss, and Goss is going to be better than the Banshees in the long run. But until we start cutting down Velocity's numbers, we're really not getting anywhere. I do now have a summit, and I do have a shield. And what I should have done this game is I should have took reactors a little bit sooner. Because, I mean, I could have took some in the middle with my chieftain, but I really wasn't sure if I was ever going to get vampires out this game. But it looks like I'm going to be able to now. And I'm going for double summon at this point, and just going to have 2 reactors. This way I can double pump vamps and get them out faster. And Hutzy's trying to engage velocity and cut his numbers down, but it's just really, really hard to fight when there's Tech 3 Banshees over your hogs. But Hutzy's doing a decent job trading with them. And Hutzy still has Goss on defense for if the Banshees push. But we're just stalling until I can get vamps. And once I get vamps and Hutzy's on 4 bases, there's just nothing they can do. But until then, we're just going to have to put pressure on them and keep them busy. But my goal with my chieftain this game right now is to just keep this expo down. So I'm going to keep my brute squads here and my chieftain here, and I might vortex here and there, but my main goal is to keep them from taking another base. As long as we keep velocity on one base, there's not really much they can do. And it looks like Qualm's going to come on offense with his Banshees, and I do have a vampire out now, and Hutzy still has Goss on defense. And Velocity's just trying to get another base, I think, because he's going in and out trying to get past Hutzy. And this is kind of a bad part in the game, is they do find out that he has that base. And sacrifice Banshees are so, like, the Banshees are so good because even though they die, they just crash into the base. So there's just nothing you can do. So Quantum is going to lose his Banshees here, but they're going to kill the base. So Hutzy is going to lose his base. He's kind of upset about that. So his base dies, but we're still in a triple and we have lots of hogs. And at this point in the game, I do have vampires, and they just lost most of their banshees. So at this point, Hutzy can just push up and win, because they don't have enough goths, and they have no banshees. So Hutzy's just going to 1v2 him at this point. My vamps don't really matter anymore, but they're there for just protection. So right here is going to be the final battle of the game to decide if we win or not. So I'm trying to vortex a little bit and get some kills. My vamps are just kind of sitting on defense in case their banshees decide to push. And Hutzy has way too many goths. He's on 4 bases, so we're going to kill the base and we win the game.